Shalom, praise the Lord. As usual, always I come up with something new. Today we're going to talk about the things going on all over the world and also why I always tell you who I am. So that way you all understand that we are very, very, very close. June of 1999, Son of Man came and rest upon me on the daytime. That is written in 7:9, Daniel 7:13. Let me read that one first so that way you will understand what I am talking about. 7:13. In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man. Coming with the cloud of heaven, he approached the Ancient of Days, and he was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All peoples, nations, and men of every language worship him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. Now, you see, this exactly prophecy that God had given King David, that one day your son will be on the throne forever and ever and ever. That's what is exactly this is, and whoever this Son of Man rest upon, or whoever this Son of Man came and approached to the Ancient of Days, I am that Ancient of Days. That's why I always tell you, I am the Ancient One. Now, I gave you the definition of Ancient of Days, Ancient One, so many times that somebody in the past, somebody was in the past and come in the future. And that's who I am. I am the Daniel from the dead you can call, or you can call the son of King David, who God had promised. You can call Shiloh, you can call branch, you can call anointed one, the one to come to build the temple, to take everybody home, the priest. I will be the priest and I will be the king. Remember, in this end time, in this generation not going to pass without seeing the Moshiach and the priest of the temple where the God will be dwell. You will see the God glory rest on that temple. That's how everybody will know, and there will be one God and one temple where everybody come and worship the Lord of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's I already told you several times. So that's who I am. I am your Moshiach. Now there is so many people are trying to find out who is this Moshiach or Messiah, or they call themselves also Messiah Guru or expert in Messiah. Now, how they can be expert in Messiah? They cannot be expert in Messiah other than Messiah himself. Only Messiah can give you the perfect answer because he is the Messiah, he is the Moshiach. Now they can try to figure it out and find out. It's good Rambam and scholars already figured it out, certain things that God have revealed them. But those are the things they've been repeating again and again and again, rather than coming with some new revelations, like I always come up with some new revelations. Now the new revelations that I'm going to give you, I heard one of the video called Expert in Messiah. Expert in Messiah, and the guy has been asking all these questions, and let me tell you, the answers are not correct. One of the things he said from his mouth that God can change his mind. God cannot change his mind, first of all. God is not a human being that he will change his mind. God already knew from the beginning what he's going to do. Even though you feel like that God changed his mind. No, God never changed his mind. He already knew that what he's going to have in the end, what he's going to do through you. Even though you feel like, but no, Really, He knows exactly how many hairs you have in your head. He is omnipotent, all-knowing, all-presence. He do not have no reason to change His mind. Once He choose you, He will finish with you. Because He knew when David was going to do the wrong thing, He knew Saul is going to do the wrong thing. Still He had put him as anointed one. Even He knew Saul is going to intermarry. He knew Saul is going to downfall, spiral down. He knew everything. But also He knew that what He's going to do the end time, when He gave the promise to King David that one day I will bring your own blood and flesh, your own loin, and he will be in the throne forever and ever. He will be my son and I will be his father. That's who I am. That's who I am. Now, he is telling you that God can change his mind. That is one of the wrong things he tells you. The second thing, every time they ask him a question, there is no right answer. Okay, he has to build the temple. How is going to build the temple? He cannot build the temple until God anoint him first, and then the people anoint him first. They have to make the king, then the king will build the temple. You can go in the Zechariah chapter. The messenger of the covenant is me. Without me, they cannot build the temple. And if you see and watch in the YouTube, the people are saying, oh, they just start building the temple. Oh, they did this ceremony, that ceremony. Everything is lie. They haven't done nothing. They cannot do nothing without me. I have to be there. God's presence has to be there. Son of Man has to be there. The temple has to be built by only Son of Man. So, the guy said, yeah, he has to build the third temple. Then we know he is the Moshiach. Now, he cannot be Moshiach. He has to be first king. He has to be anointed by people. Then he will start doing everything. And once he's anointed, obviously, nobody can stop building the temple because God is with him. So over there, he is wrong. Then again he asks the same question. Oh, there is a procedure, there is a process. There is a process. What process? There is no process. He is anointed by God. I am anointed by God, and either you choose me or God will put me on his time. Then he is talking about the timeline that we are in the 5783. Of course, we are in the 5783. All Rambam and scholars already told you that we are in the 5783. But let me tell you, I give you the revelation of the Daniel 924 to 927. Why we are in the end time, why we are in the exactly timing. If you remember in the Psalm, it says, 70 years been given, but if we stretch, it will be 80 years. Now, a lot of people count the timing from the day the Israel was born in 1948. And then some people count their 70 weeks of prophecy or 6,000 years of the timeline from the 1967. When the war was happening, or 63, I'm sorry. And some of them are count from 1962, where the anointed one, the prophecy of the Daniel, 7 times 7 plus 62, 7 will pass, and the 62, 7 will pass, and anointed one will be killed. Now, Christians always tell you that, look, they don't talk about it. 62, 7 passed, the anointed one was killed, the Jesus was killed. But they do not understand this prophecy is for the end time. It wasn't on the middle of Jesus' time. This is strictly for the end time. So let me tell you, 6,000 years, 7,000 years been given, but the 6,000 years is the main because we're going to spend 1,000 years with the Lord. Now, on 6,000 years, if you put as a Daniel prophecy 490 years, if you deduct 6,000 minus 490, will comes to 5510. And then you go 7 years back, which is 5783. Now, if you plug everything together, you will have 70 weeks of prophecy from 420 to 490, where 5510 will come. And if you count from 5510 to all the way, that will come 5118. So 5510 to all the way 6,000 will be 80 years exactly, which is 1950, when the Jerusalem was the capital of Israel. So if you count from 1950, exactly 80 years will be 2030. That is the 5,790. Yes, because we are in 5783. So there are 7 years left. I am at very close. It could happen by September. It could happen before the next April, before the Passover. Because I born on the Passover. I born on 4/7/1962, which is the Daniel prophecy. Read the 12:10. It says, now one of the guys sent me the message and he said, you are wrong about the Daniel. The Daniel not supposed to come back. You don't read right. I said, what do you mean I don't read? And so today I'm explaining to him. It says, as for you, go your way until the end. You will rest. Yes, at the end of the days you will rise again. Before the end of the days, he is supposed to rise to receive his inheritance. What is his inheritance? Which is his father left, the King David, which is God had promised, which is he will be his son and he will be his father. That's who I am. I am your Son of Man. I am the son of King David. I am your Moshiach. Then he said that there are so many people coming with, they are the Moshiach. Now he says millions of people, and there are so many people calling him. You know, that's a very wrong sentence somebody can put. Okay, that's a total lie, because you don't see too many of them in today's date in YouTube. You don't see too many that I am the Moshiach. Okay, yeah, there are few of them you're going to get, no doubt. There is something changing in their life, but they're not a mental case. Okay, they may have some mental case, but let me tell you, they rather have mental case and be good and read the word and stay with the Lord is better than lying. At least they are not lying. They said they think they are Moshiach and they are doing the good job. Then lying to somebody that, oh, so many people are calling me that I am the Moshiach. That's a total lie. I did call him when I was in Jerusalem, when God have revealed me finally after 23 years. And I thought, let me call few guys because I don't know nobody in Jerusalem. When I went to Jerusalem, I was in hotel. And so suddenly I start watching some stuff and I call him, and that was daytime, over here was evening. Now he's talking about some other Indian guy maybe, but he is totally lying about this. And God hates liars. Remember, God hates liars. Need to stop. That's how, young kids do not understand when, first of all, he's not giving you the right answer. How dumb you all can be. When he tells you that Moshiach has to build the temple, how he can build the temple without you all can put him into place? And how he can reveal Moshiach? How he can reveal Moshiach when I am telling him again and again, and he'll watch my video. It's not he's not watching my video. They're all watching my video. And I'm telling them that who I am. And they still don't understand. I am your Moshiach. I am coming. And we're going to build the temple together. As you know right now, what's going on in Jerusalem? Over there you see everybody surrounded, all this border right now. Right now, anything could happen any second. And the war will start. Any second war will start over there. Not over there, it's all over the world. They are looking at somebody start. And it will be World War III. You see what's going on in Hawaii. You see what's going on, what's coming up in United States. Hurricane season is just start. It's going to be disaster coming up. You see what's going on in China. And everything is coming. Everything is coming. Get ready. I am trying to tell you that change, repent, understand who I am. Especially I came, God have sent me to you. Christian people cannot understand me. They cannot understand me that God have a different plan. God always have a plan. God didn't change his mind. If they think that God have changed the mind about the Jewish Moshiach, then they are mistaken because they are not reading properly. And they all are brainwashed. They all are brainwashed. They know only certain things and they are on the top of that rather than understand the Old Testament prophecy of Jacob, the Balaam, the Daniel, all those prophecy and the King David. If those are not fulfilled, then God is a liar then. And you know that God cannot lie. God cannot lie. God cannot change. So all those prophecy has to be fulfilled. Jesus, it says, even though if you count 62-7 pass and anointed one will be killed, the Old Testament doesn't say he will rise again. But let's see, even if he rise again, he was rose again. But the thing is, it wasn't written in the Old Testament. And if he's going to come back, it doesn't say he's going to come in these 70 weeks. No. It's going to be first fulfill the Old Testament prophecy. God will fulfill the prophecy of King David. Jesus wasn't in the line of King David. He's talking about his own son. Blood and flesh will come back. Jesus came out through Mary and Joseph, whatever, but the thing is, the one that God had planned, that God will reveal on his time who's this person is in reality, which is me. In reality, you all will know sooner or later. But at this point, God have a different plan, which is if you read Isaiah chapter, that you're always trying to put that Isaiah talk about him. Okay, even if we talk about him, in the end of the chapter, when he said that he will give him a prolonged life. He will see his children. And God will work with him. It says in that chapter, Isaiah chapter 53, if you read. So this person has to come back, become a king, which is the son of King David, has to be king, and prophecy has to be fulfilled before the end of the Daniel things happen. Temple has to be built. Temple has to be built, and it will be built on the same place. On the same place. Yes, he's right about that. The temple will be built at Mount Moriah, where right now Al-Aqsa Mosque is there. on the Mount Temple. Yes, temple will be built, and I will build over there. I will build there because God have put that desire on me. The Son of Man is rest upon me, and He is the one going to build the temple. Nobody can build the temple. Nobody can touch the temple. Temple will be built, and through me only. So, if your rabbi is telling you all this thing, I'm giving you the answer. That we are in 5783, just like if you put the Daniel prophecy, 490 years on 6,000 years, and subtract that one, that is 5510, and then you put 483 from 5510 to 6,000, and you will see exactly 80 years of prophecy. Let's get together. Let's see what God has for us. You know that we have to build the temple. And you're not going to find and how this Moshiach will look like. One of the questions he's talking about how this Moshiach will look like. And they were start laughing. And then he said, well, really, we don't care about who can be the Moshiach. Oh yeah, could be the black guy, right? That doesn't say anything about black guy or white guy or something. Oh, he just said, oh, Mashiach could be anybody. Oh yeah, I think so. They are looking for exactly what they all are looking with a keppa and black clothes and everything. But God has a different plan. God have a different plan. We all are His children. And God can choose anybody because God have put everybody all over the world. He dispersed everybody all over the world. And He said that He will bring one by back from each and everywhere. There are Jews in all over India. There are Jews in Bombay. There are Jews all over the world. But more than that, I told you so many times, Hinduism is 6,000 years old. Then came the Judaism. So if you think the Jewish people were walking with the God only, then they are the beginning from Hinduism. And yes, God have a plan for Jew and God have a plan for Gentile. I told you on my last video. In fact, I said that they will be working under us. But that is God's plan from the beginning, and there is nothing we can do about it. And that's how it's going to work. God cannot change the mind. He knows the future. He knows everything. So let's get together and start building the temple. So the whole world can see the God glory. Everybody will start coming back to Jerusalem and Israel. Israel will be extended. We will take over so many other lands because God has promised that we will get those lands. And the neighbors will be our friends and everybody will come and worship. Thank you very much and God bless you.